What we do here is talk about what we're passionate about. Today will be no different. We have ranked cookies in the most biased way possible. But now, let's do beer. Really, the only requirement is that it's a bigger beer brand. None of these microbrew things for all you schnapps of the world. There's like a million microbrews out there. The ones you see on TV commercials, billboards, they name a stadium after them. Go Rockies. You see them in the cooler and you go, hell yeah. I found other videos on YouTube that made tier list for beer, and a lot of these videos go over a half-hour long. We're not gonna be doing that. The criteria includes taste, history, price, and advertising. There's no way I'm gonna remember all that. First one is Pabst Blue Ribbon. I drank this twice in my life, maybe once. It started in Milwaukee in 1844 and now resides in San Antonio, Texas. Roughly $1 per 12 ounces, but the taste, that's what the people want to know. It wasn't that great. It's that kind of beer that if it's offered to me at a party, I'm probably not gonna take it. I'd look for a Twisted Tea or a White Claw or whatever the hip kids are drinking these days. I'm putting you in the D category. I drink a C if offered, but I'm putting you below that line. Staying with the spirit of Milwaukee, we go to Miller Lite. I've drank this plenty, and this is honestly a go-to for me sometimes. Most of you have seen Miller advertised in some form somewhere. It's honestly everywhere and very affordable. It tastes like what a light beer should be. When we go to the fishing hole and my friend opens the cooler and can't find the sandwiches and it's only Miller Lite, that's because I put it there. Put it up in A, high praise, and I will see you at the barbecue this summer. In the 18th century, a beer was made in Dublin, Ireland. It was a stout, which is the fancy way of saying thick or dark foam. This more foam than beer was called Guinness. And anyone who thinks that they are some sort of high-profile beer drinker drinks this. They haven't let go of the 18th century just yet. The aftertaste has always been a little sus to me. I relate the aftertaste of Guinness to tobacco. It's not the taste, it's the nicotine. I said it's biased, put it in C. We'll probably demote you later. Busch Beer, the NASCAR Busch Series. God, take me back to that time. It's an Anheuser-Busch beer brand, which there's quite a few of those that we're gonna cover today. It was introduced in 1955 as Busch Bavarian beer, then branded as Busch Beer in 1979. Busch Light is brewed longer for a crisp, refreshing flavor that's as cold and smooth as a mountain stream, which now explains the commercial with the rugged-looking John Hamm character. The can opening thing they do, that little gimmick. Taste-wise, it's not as good as Miller. I've always thought it had just a little bit of a weird aftertaste. But hey, if it's on sale, I might just get some. Tariffs are rough and daddy needs juice. Put it up in B. Coors Light. Originally started in 1941 and the world just was not ready. It was reintroduced in 1978 to compete with Miller Lite as a, quote, diet beer. Yeah, look at me. This diet works well. The mountain on the cans turn blue. They turn blue. When it's blue, it's as cold as the Rockies. And the Rockies are cold. Seriously, they are off to a very rough start this year. The Rockies named their stadium Coors Field for goodness sake. They advertise well and are very affordable. And just so you know, major brand bias incoming. It tastes good, it's refreshing to me. I can drink Coors Light like Badlands Chugs can drink, well, everything. Join your friend Miller. Both of you are definitely A's. Budweiser and Bud Light. And let's start with Budweiser. You have the iconic Clydesdales during the Super Bowl and Christmas. Budweiser was founded in 1876. It was termed the beer of kings. It's also the official, unofficial beer of the military. It has a big contribution to the Folds of Honor. This is a stronger beer, not because of the 5% in it, but because of the 30% rice in the brewing process. It has a stronger, longer lasting effect. Sounds like a Blue Chew ad. The Budweiser Blue Chew beer, you can go with Guinness in C. Maybe I'll erect your ranking later. Bud Light. What was once the iconic advertised blue can beer slowly spiraled downhill because of a partnership. Dylan Mulvaney was in a partnership with Bud Light that plummeted sales and outraged select people everywhere. When this happened, I was complaining about the price of Coors Light on my couch. The TV said they were lowering the prices of Bud Light. So the next day, I got a 30-pack for $13. Checkmate. Bud Light was always affordable, but in recent years, it has been very affordable. It's not as strong as the other light beers on this list, but I would take one if offered. Let the bias roll on. B tier. For the sake of time and not wanting to make this a half-hour video like the rest of them, we're gonna speed run some of these. But if you want the director's cut, join the Patreon. Corona and Modelo. Both cervezas, which is Spanish for beer, both brewed in Mexico, now brewed in America. Why? I did not look. Corona is for the beach, man. That's my official flavor of the summer. With Snoop Dogg leading the charge and one of the greatest Christmas commercials of all time, I gotta put that thing in A, man. My God, what am I, stupid? Modelo is the flavor of the UFC, Joe Rogan, wannabe cage fighters. I actually punch people in the face when I see them drinking a Modelo. B tier, good taste, good times. I'll take a Guinness lover for 5 rounds in an octagon if I have to. Best Heineken I ever had was served room temperature in a bottle off the floor of someone's cellar basement. Put your warm Heineken at C, because I drink it if offered. I don't know. I've missed like half of the criteria. I realize that. I've missed half of the criteria. Samuel Adams, Boston, St. Patrick's Day, House of Pain, Red Sox. What the hell does any of this have to do with Sam Adams? Look, they have a few different seasonal ones, and compared to the original, in my opinion, the seasonal ones carry the team. B tier seems very suitable for it, no matter what flavor it is. I mean, I like them all, to be honest. I'm very biased. Yingling, Yingling! It's what the troops that hate Budweiser drink. So fly to B! I think it's quality. It started in 1829, and that's almost 200 years. Which is also almost the age gap between Bill Belichick and his girlfriend. Foster's, mate, when they started in 1888, they were Australian. England is my city, loved it. Then they moved the brewing company and they pushed it to the UK and then a little bit to the US. It's bad. I didn't even think I'd have an F on the list. This is partly because Australians don't even drink it. Okay, story time. When I was a waiter at Outback Steakhouse, I didn't have like any pennies to my name. I couldn't even rub 2 pennies between these hands. People in their late 20s and 30s thought they were the funniest humans because they ordered a Foster's beer, which isn't even really Australian anymore, at an Australian-American steakhouse. And to put the cherry on top, they would order it in an Australian accent. This is really where my depression began, doctor. I smoked so much shit in this pipe. I ran out of tobacco and started smoking Guinness just to feel something. Here's the final list. I know I missed a lot of big name brands, but this is just off the top of my head. If you want to learn more about hot dogs and why they truly are the best, check out this video right here.